Who do you think should pay on the first date?
I think it should be men.
I would say men for the first date.
You want the guy to pay. How do you reconcile being in favor of equality but also holding men to their traditional gender roles? Articulate what the patriarchy is.
A society built by men for men.
Fracking, for instance, that's a product of the patriarchy.
Fracking
Yes.
is a product of the patriarchy.
Absolutely, like extracting resources from...
What else is a product of the patriarchy?
Plastic surgery.
Actually, men are more likely to be victims of violent crime.
Violent crime, probably
Who's more likely to commit
but
violent
we're talking,
crime?
Yeah,
The gender of the perpetrator of someone who has victimized you doesn't undo the fact that you've just been victimized. Potential future boyfriend's like, hey, I don't want you to go out anymore. Do you say yes or sorry?
Oh, hell no. Like, don't restrict my freedom. What I do is what I do.
Okay.
Same.
Would you have an issue with your boyfriend going to the strip club?
Yes.
So both of you do OnlyFans. How much do you make, Nicolette?
I make a lot.
How much per month?
I think it's like kind of tacky to say like exactly how much money you make.
I mean, it's
That's
tacky
not-
to be on OnlyFans in the first place.
every guy I've ever found attractive that I've tried to pursue, I've never been rejected.
Well, that's because you have big jugs.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I know I am. You know, all the DayQuils, you know, the medicine's all kicking in at the right moment right now. I'm feeling still pretty tired, but nonetheless, that won't stop me from doing my job, and I hope that you're having a good day and that you'll appreciate that. And if you are, I hope I earn your subscription today. Wherever you're watching, please do subscribe down below. Now, one of the biggest phenomenons on the internet, really, in that I've seen on YouTube since the van life stuff, is a prominent uprising of a podcast called the Whatever Podcast. This is a, you know, it's a panel type show that generally pits very normal, basic type takes against the extreme lunacy of like the e-girl or a feminist or whatever the case is. And it produces, in a 2 to 3 hour show, innumerable extraordinarily popular clips of women sounding extremely dumb. Now, part of this is by design. Part of this is by accident. But what it means is you've got essentially a worldwide phenomenon of a show that got popular through YouTube Shorts. If you look at their YouTube channel, it's got a hodgepodge of just about everything, from camel toe pranks to, I mean, just a channel that's always tried to be, you know, viral. I don't know if they bought this channel from somebody, but, you know, Cobra Kai prank. This channel's been around forever, and then they found this format called the Whatever Podcast, which, if you look at their shorts, it is extremely popular in that particular perspective, or people making shorts of it. And, you know, the podcast clips, you see absolute massive success. So, you know, shout out to the host and whoever's running this. They obviously have a money printing machine here. And anytime you have that, you have the mainstream media getting upset about it. So you have this article, "Making Women Look Dumb is a Disturbing New Podcast Trend." I'm sorry, New York Post and Vice before this. This has been, you know, one of the women posting the L said, "Have you considered these women are actually just dumb?" And yes, many of them are. And they're the ones that are the most clip-worthy, or the ones that actually got the assignment and know that there's some percentage of that audience that is going to subscribe to their OnlyFans or give them money or subscribe to their. These are fame-seeking young women who will knowingly walk into a situation where they know that they're going to be memed on. And once you have a platform like they have, you have an endless supply of women looking for the easy way out. And you see pretty many, a lot of them are dumb, but he does as leading questions and have no good answers, which result in humiliation. I mean, a lot of these, it's not really that. To me, it's not an interesting podcast because I can just look at, I see after like 30 seconds of these women are, it's like an agreement. Like, yeah, I know I just want to sell more OnlyFans subscriptions. So whatever, make fun of me. And to me, that's not very compelling. But I do understand that it's entertaining, and I'm not going to like dunk on anyone for enjoying it. This says, for shame. A podcast with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Well, I think their channel has 4.5 million subscribers, although, their podcast episodes, at least on video format, do pretty good.
And we are
between, 2 and, well, if you look at their latest episodes, wait, what the heck? Why are these all, what's going on? Why is this, where are all their latest is,
and
that's interesting. Streamed a month ago. Oh, it's all because it's live. That's right. So I don't know if they bought this old channel or what the situation was, but their live streams get a couple 100,000 views. I don't know what their audio is like, but every once in a while they do pretty well. And again, good for them. A podcast with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and followers across platforms is stoking the flames of controversy by belittling female guests and making them look dumb. Look, I mean, many of them are dumb. That's just a fact. And many of them make more money than the average American selling pictures of the beehole. So, I don't know, I guess, who's the dumb one. Whatever is hosted by Brian Atlas, Masquerade does a dating show while delving into gender roles, body counts, and legitimacy of the patriarchy. This guy's probably going to end up getting canceled, too. If his show gets much bigger, if I have any advice to give Brian Atlas, just chill where you're at right now. Be happy. You're probably making deep into the 6 figures every month. Be happy. Stack your cash. Don't buy sports cars. Don't piss it away on fancy watches. Take that money, put it in the bank. Live within your means, because the machine will eventually come for you if you get much bigger than this. The podcast team uses social media to seek women panelists, only to, quote, later roast them in online snippets, pandering to the virality of inflammatory hot takes. In other words, it's perfect clickbait. Well, if you get a bunch of people in front of a camera for 7 hours, or for 3, 4, 5 hours, or whatever the case is, there's going to be a lot of stuff in and out of context that people say that is perfect for clipping, which is how this show got popular, at least in my opinion. I'd never seen it before. I've seen their shorts, like getting just nonstop promoted. In one episode, the panelists, who are all women, rate themselves as 10s. Much to Atlas's shock, that's probably not his real name. Maybe it is. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to rate any of you. I'm not going to rate you guys, but none of you are a 10. Prompting a chorus of agreement in the comments by users cruelly joking about the women's weight and appearance. In another, he grills the panelists about their body counts or how many people they've been intimate with, and is met with resistance. It doesn't matter to me, but it matters to you guys, one woman said, gesturing to the men sitting across the table. So I'm not gonna put myself out there and say my body count just for you two to ridicule me. While the OnlyFans model Nicole admitted, well, creative name, that her appearance on the podcast was to bolster her own following. Like I said, she told Vice that the clips were definitely chosen to create controversy. No kidding. Don't you want that? I mean, I make her look dumb and shame her. Well, yes. I mean, that is the point. And you knew that when you signed up for it. No gives these backsies. You don't get to then say, "Oh, I got a bunch of new subscribers to my account where I sell pictures of my beehole, but I'm actually the real victim here. Please cancel, this podcast." This is, I don't know if I'd put it in the same category as Fresh and Fit, maybe. I don't consume these shows. They're just not for me, I'll say. It's like I can look at a group of people and just know that they're all there for all their own ulterior motives, and that there's really no point to the content existing, other than to be entertaining, and which I respect and understand. It's funny. People put it on in the background. They laugh. That's fine. On Twitter and TikTok, the video's provocative one-line captions lure thousands to millions of views. OnlyFans girls get roasted. They think they're 10s, but what about with no makeup? Reads another tweet. I mean, it's great. This is probably owned by some like Saudi Arabian production company or something. I'm willing to bet there's probably some like management behind it. You know, and I think that like I'm not really impressed by any of the big brain takes, but sometimes you just want to turn your brain off and enjoy, you know, people being stupid. I mean, Jerry Springer was popular for a reason. The podcast following has grown amid backlash, with aghast critics slamming the show for talking down to women while dubbing Atlas an Andrew Tate wannabe. Tell me you despise women without telling me you despise women. And don't forget the condescension. One Redditor snarked, ooh, a Redditor. Is it just me, or do all these women look incredibly uncomfortable, wrote another. No. Every woman that is there is extremely comfortable with it, and they signed up to get famous. They signed up to go on that podcast to get eyeballs. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that that's why they're there. There's no way, you know, since, like I said, Jerry Springer never had a problem getting guests. Now, some of them were real, some of them less real, but there's an innumerable amount of people willing to go where there are eyeballs. Content creator Drew Affalo, who counts 8 million TikTok followers, thanks to her zingy clapbacks and misogynistic men, has expressed her displeasure for Atlas's content. Shocking. In one clip, Affalo stitches a snippet of Atlas calling a female panelist not a 10, a reference to her looks, in which she says, "That's just your opinion." Wow, see, this is why I don't watch this show. Wow, hot take. That's just like your opinion, man. Yeah, wow, thanks. Riveting content on both sides. In response, Atlas continues to reiterate his stance on her attractiveness because it bothers him that it doesn't bother her. Oh, okay, well, there's some actual content. In another, Affalo responds to the video of whatever podcast featuring Atlas claims that men are more oppressed than women. Why people continue to go on this podcast, I just can't even begin to understand. Really? It's the most obvious thing on the planet. Like, it's for clout. Any idiot can see that. And the fact that, like, you know, by the way, everybody wins here. There are no victims of this. These people go on the show willingly. They get exposure, they get clout, good or bad. It works for them. And that's the end of it. You know, Vice, the latest trend in podcasts is making women look dumb. I mean,
So both of you do OnlyFans. How much do you make, Nicolette?
I make a lot.
How much per month?
I think it's like kind of tacky to say like exactly how much money you make.
I mean, it's
That's
tacky
not-
to be on OnlyFans in the first place, but
I'm fired.
That's not even that good of a roast. I don't get it. I will never get this show. Like, of course.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's like bad vibes right there. Like, oh my god.
disagreement is bad vibes.
But
What is that content? I don't know. Look, people watch this Power Slap. All right. You know, I like Paul Blart. You know, so I guess, you know, but you know, I don't. These women go on there willingly. What I will defend about this show is that these women go on here willingly, and they say these things willingly, and they do it in exchange for clout. There are no victims here, and there will always be women willing to and men willing to exchange their humility, their reputation for money. And that's why these shows, it's no different than Jerry Springer or Maury Povich or any of these other shows. It's just a new format. You cram as many people in a room as you can. You put a microphone in front of everybody's face, which they do, and then you manufacture viral content. It's a great business model. I'm happy whoever is behind the show is successful, and I wish them the best. But just stay this size. A word to the wise. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, remember to pick up your Father's Day gift box from Coffee Brand Coffee. This is my coffee company. It's the perfect gift for dad for Father's Day. They sell out every holiday, so this is probably the last week you'll get in to be able to order it. So make sure you order it today, or you can customize one how you want. Link in the description, and we'll talk to you again real soon.